Hello there, this is Daniel, and today is my 40th birthday.
Great Scott!
Can you believe that? I can't. I'm sure I look at least 55, but yes, today is my 40th birthday, and it's been a journey, my friends. It's been a journey from there to here, and I've been thinking the last couple of days about some lessons and some ideas that I wanted to share that I learned from the age of 30 to 40. Lesson number 1. People want you to be like them. Now, there's this interesting phenomenon that happens when you turn 30. People start to ask you when you're going to settle down. When are you going to settle down and get a real job, or get married, or get a relationship, or buy a house, or get a cat, or whatever it is? They seem to have this impetus for you to settle down in some way. And it really fascinated me because this word settle really, to be honest, pissed me off. I didn't like the idea of settling for something. I don't think anyone really wants to settle for something in their life. Settling has this idea that you're kind of giving up, you're just taking what you can get, right? The reason people say, when are you going to settle down? Why haven't you settled down yet? Is because they have already given up in some perspective in their life. They have already settled for something in their life, and they're feeling uncomfortable by the fact that you are not like them. Now, I realize saying this, it makes me sound like I believe that most people are negative or that they aren't doing much with their life. And honestly, this is kind of true in some respects. Many people out there really are living a pretty boring, kind of purposeless life. And unfortunately, if you spend time with them, they are going to try and pull you down in some respect and try and make you like them. So you have to consciously make an effort to find people who aren't settling, who aren't just giving up and rationalizing and making excuses about why they haven't become the person they want to be. And that will stop you from settling, because you'll be around people who are more like you, who are actualizing and moving forward. Lesson number 2. Fear doesn't go away. It just gets more sophisticated. Now, when you're a little kid, it's very common to say, I'm scared, or I don't know what to do, or I'm worried about this. But as we grow into adults, and particularly as we get into our 30s and 40s, you hear people say things like, oh, I'm so busy at the moment, I can't do that. But they don't say, the truth is, I'm scared to start. I'm scared that I might fail. I'm scared that I'll look like an idiot, or that people will criticize me or laugh at me. Honestly, just recording this video, there's a risk that people will criticize me, right? I know that, and so I'm scared to put this out there in some respects. But at the same time, I'm just going through the fear and doing it anyway. Even if you do fail, even if it doesn't work out in the long term, it doesn't matter, because at least you went for it and you showed the world, and most importantly yourself, that even though you were scared, you still took action and went for what you wanted. Lesson number 3. Relationships will push you forward, or they will hold you back. Now, this one I think is especially important as you enter into your 30s, because very often there's a tendency for people to want to get married or to be committed in a relationship in their 30s going into their 40s and beyond. It's what everyone else around them is doing, and therefore they think they should do that as well. And that's exactly what I did in my early 30s. I decided to get married because I was in love, and it seemed like at the time that was the most logical thing to do, was to do what everyone else was doing and settle down and get married and be committed. However, it was very evident very soon after I got married that we were not compatible for each other. It was not something that was serving me or her in the best way. And because I was a committed person, and because I wanted to do the right thing, I committed and stayed in that relationship much longer than I should have for her and for me. Now, I realize this is not a typical thing that you're going to hear. Most often you hear, stay the course, commit to the relationship, keep going with the person, and you'll find a way through this together. And for a lot of people, that is very true. But for a lot more people, the real truth is that the relationship is holding them back. It's stopping them from pursuing the life that they want, being the person that they truly feel they are deep inside. And so at some point, you have to make that choice. You have to say, is this relationship holding me back, or is it propelling me forward? Now, for me, at the age of 35, I had to make the incredibly difficult decision to end that relationship and to get divorced. What I realized soon after is that by getting divorced, I was actually setting that person free to find someone better for them. And I was doing the same thing for myself. Relationships are such an interesting part of life, and especially in your 30s going into your 40s, I think that they start to make up more and more of the life that you live. So you have to make sure that you're in the right one. Lesson number 4, your actions tell the truth about you. Now, this is one of my pet peeves in life, both something that I do and that I see a lot of people doing, is talking a big game about what they're going to do and then never doing anything about it. And I think this is a great rule or system to live by, is to watch your daily and weekly actions and say to yourself, are the things I'm doing actually linking to the things that I want to have, to be, or to do? And if they're not, then you need to take a good hard look at yourself and say, I need to change. I need to do something that is leading me towards these things that I want. Don't listen to what someone says, watch their behavior. And that counts for you as much as for me. Your actions tell the truth about you. Lesson number 5, your environment is a choice. So often in life, there's a tendency to feel like we're stuck in a certain environment. Our family, our friends, our work, our culture start to mold who we are, and then they actually start to restrict the person that we are. And the only real way that you can change that is for you to remove yourself from the environment. And it's well within your power at any time to change, to move, to sell everything, to pack up, and to change yourself completely. So I always go back to the idea that if you're feeling discontent or frustrated or things aren't really moving along like you want, one of the best things that you can do is to just completely change your environment, to pack up, to move, and to start over. Lesson number 6, things won't work out the way you want, but they will work out. This one is especially important to me because I'm a person who always sets goals and makes plans in my life. And if you're like that, you've probably noticed that whenever you set a new goal or a new plan, things usually go off the rails pretty quickly. And what I've learned, especially in my 30s going into my 40s, is that that's just life. It doesn't matter how much you plan to do something in your life, how perfectly strategically systemized you've got it, things will go haywire, things won't work out, people will drop out or not be there for you, and different things will happen that will mess you up. However, it doesn't mean that the goal has to be given up on. And what I've noticed is that over time, especially over a long period of time, that things tend to work out in ways that you don't expect, but they're better than you expect. So what I would say is that if you are at a point in your life where you've set a goal or you've made a plan and things haven't worked out exactly as you thought, stay the course. Stay focused on it and keep moving towards it, because things will work out, just not in the way that you expect. Lesson number 7. It's never too late to be who you are. This lesson is really important for me and also for anyone who is maybe in their mid to late 30s who hasn't achieved something that they wanted to do for a long, long time. When I was a very young man, when I was about 14, 15 years old, I had a dream to become a motivational, inspirational speaker. I used to listen to motivational cassette tapes by Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy and Earl Nightingale and all these people, and I dreamed that one day I would get to stand on a stage and share ideas and inspire people. But of course, as happens to most of us, around the age of 18 to 20, I started to get told that I needed to get a job, to be serious, to be logical and rational and settle down. And what happened was I kind of gave up on my dream. I got a normal career, I started to do things that normal people do, and I kind of forgot about my desire to become a motivational and inspirational speaker. And it wasn't until my mid-30s, after I got divorced, that I really started to look at my life and say, why am I not pursuing the things that really matter to me deep down? Why am I not actually showing who I really am to the world? And that made me finally face that fear and admit to myself and to the world out there that I want to be an inspirational and motivational speaker. So I started to actually write, share speeches, and do the thing that I said and believed that I wanted to do. And lo and behold, it started to work. I started to get a chance to speak more and more. I started to impact people. And it was incredible how much better I felt about myself because I was doing the thing I was meant to do. Now for you, I hope that this encourages you and inspires you to, no matter how old you are, no matter what age, if you're 35, 45, 55, 85, it doesn't matter. If there's something in you that you really feel you want to do in the world, do it. Face your fear, Take the time, commit to it, and do it. Now today I am not some world famous inspirational speaker, but I do have a chance to stand on stages and to inspire people. And that to me is the true measure of success, because I am being the person that I truly am. It doesn't really impress anyone, but it makes me feel fulfilled at the end of the day. And that's really the message here, is that no matter what age you are, it's never too late to be who you truly are. So there we go. Those are my best lessons that I learned from the age of 30 all the way to 40. And of course, I want to say at the end here that none of this would have been possible for me had it not been for the amazing people in my life who have supported me, encouraged me, picked me up when I've fallen down, and made me into a better person. So I'm well aware of how much everyone else out there, you have contributed to my life. You have made a difference to me. So I want to thank you for, first of all, listening to this, for taking the time to be a part of my life in whatever way that we are connected, and to know that you are significant and important to me. So on my 40th birthday, I want to say thank you very much. Having you in my life is probably the greatest gift of all. So I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful decade ahead, and I am here to support you as you become the person that you want to be.